What it do, what it do, what it do. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. You know what to do. Hit the bell icon, hit the like button, aka the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. All three helps my channel grow. All three helps my channel get more views, more new subscribers, and pushes my channel further to the YouTube forefront. So I need everybody that supports the channel, that watch the channel, make sure that you hit the like, subscribe, share, comment button. Support the YouTube channel. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to my future subscribers. You enjoy the channel, you enjoy the content. All information is picked at the bottom of the ticker. Hit the Cash App. I'm looking for moderators. Hit the email address. You see the title. Breaking news, former Donald Trump. Assassination attempt today. They tried to take Donald Trump out. They said they got the shooter. The shooter is dead. Actually said 3 people dead. So we're going to get into it. We're going to break it down. Was this real or was it staged? Hey, that's for y'all to determine. But we're going to get into it. We're going to see what is going on. This is a breaking news in live, impromptu live. I told you. S.L.R Media, wherever the news drop, whatever is happening, we're on it. We're going to break the news. We're going to be there live in effect. This is what we do. Make sure you smash the like button, support the YouTube channel. You know what we do. Let's get it in. Let's see what the hell going on with Trumpster.
He was hustled out of that area by the Secret Service in a motorcade. Is he in a hospital? Is he still in a car? Is he still in the area? We're being told that the governor of Pennsylvania has also been briefed on the situation. He said that violence targeted at any political party or political leader is absolutely unacceptable. He says that Pennsylvania State Police are on the scene in Butler County and working with federal and local partners. The governor of Pennsylvania briefed, the White House briefed. I'm just getting some more notes here. We're also being told that local emergency room physician saw a man who was shot in the head. We don't know who this person was. Clearly, it's possible that someone else may have been hit when shots rang out at this event. Clearly, this is a chaotic scene. There were thousands of people at this rally. And, you know, Bob, I know that you've covered plenty of these. What is the sense of security when you're there? I mean, you go through all of these checks, but still, you're packed into a small space with thousands of other people at a time when emotions are running high. What is it like to be inside one of these rallies?
It's a very intense environment. It's a very crowded environment. And our reporting, as you just noted, is that there's concern that there's not a real sense yet of whether this was what exactly happened. I have sources who were at the rally texting me right now saying there's bedlam on the scene. There's concern about what exactly happened, were there mobile or not safe. And so for the Trump rally, what you're seeing there on screen, it's what often President Trump is on the pain trail. He's alone on stage. The Secret Service stands about 5 to 10 paces off. And you have 5 to 15 or sometimes even 2,000 people. He often in the summer and springtime, he's outside. And you have to go.
This is what I want to know. Was this stage? I need everybody who watched this video, put it in the comments. Was this stage? Put stage or nah. Somebody tried to take out Donald Trump and wasn't even successful. But was it staged? Could this be an attempt for Donald Trump to get the rally cry, to get the rally, to get the sympathy, to get the folks to beat Joe Biden? Could this incident right here take Donald Trump and place him in the White House? Could this incident right here, this assassination tip, be the one that would shoot Donald Trump straight into the White House again? We're going to find out.
Through a long line of Secret Service to get into the event to make sure you're fully go through a magnetometer to see if you have any kind of weapon or metal on you. And so it's a very slow and orderly process to get into these events. Secret Service has presence not just at the immediate site, but at surrounding neighborhood locations. This is an unusual one, and that former President Trump usually has a wider stage. This is a bit of a smaller rally in the small area of Butler, Pennsylvania.
And you bring up an important point. We don't know yet what the scope was. Who opened fire? Was there more than one person? Was there more than one person hit? We're seeing reports of someone else possibly conducting CPR at the scene, but it's just too early to know. We are still getting information in, but this is a horrific moment in American history, no matter what the outcome is. He is safe, we're being told, but it doesn't change the fact that this is truly historic.
It's historic. We are watching something, political violence in real time. And the governor of Pennsylvania, Democrat Josh Shapiro, just said on social media, this has no place in Pennsylvania or the United States. You're seeing right now in this immediate aftermath a bipartisan outcry and outrage about what unfolded in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Listen, I could tell you what, by Monday, them damn Democrats are going to be criticizing Trump and say, hell, they should have hit him. I don't know who missed, or it was a bad shooter. They're going to be laughing at the shooter because he didn't hit Donald Trump. All the Democrats are just playing the toe line right now, but they really, with Donald Trump, would have got hit, though, on the real, though. Shit. Who sent out the shooters? Who sent out the shooters to get Trumpy down? They try to take Trumpy out. Joe Biden. Listen, Joe. I know your head on a swivel now. I know your head is on a swivel now. Because you know the Trumpsters are coming after you because somebody trying to take the Godfather out. Oh, Donald Trump. Assassination attempt.
Yeah, the governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro, said, I have been briefed on the situation. The police are on the scene. He's working with federal and state and local partners. We're told the White House, the president of the United States, Joe Biden, also briefed running against Trump in the race. And
Bob, I'm going to jump in because we do have a statement now from a spokesperson representing former President Trump. It says President Trump thanks law enforcement and first responders for their quick action during this heinous act. He is fine and he's being checked out at a local medical facility. More details will follow. I'm going to read this one more time. This is a statement from President Trump's team. It says President Trump thanks law enforcement and first responders for their quick action during this heinous act. He is fine and is being checked out at a local medical facility. More details will follow. More details will follow, Bob, because this is
an active crime scene. I mean, that's why we're trying at CBS News to take our time to digest the information. We're getting the statements from the local leaders, the state leaders, federal law enforcement. But this is a fluid moment. You have still people on the ground on the site of the rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Crime and law enforcement officials are trying to piece together exactly what happened. You see the Secret Service ducking down there. It has echoes of what happened to President Reagan when he was shot by John Hinckley at the Hilton Hotel in Washington, D.C., the ducking into the limousine, rushing to the hospital. And let's remember, it's important at these moments, these crossroads in American history, especially those that involve violence, to not make guesses about what happened. President Reagan famously was in the limousine on the way to the hospital and said, I'm okay. But he didn't actually know the full extent of the damage that had been done by the shooter to his body. And so the Secret Service, as history has now shown us through many books and reporting, did the right thing by taking President Reagan to the hospital to make sure he got a full check, didn't take him back to the White House. In fact, years later, multiple Reagan books show if he had gone back to the White House after being shot, he might have risked death. And so these are very fluid moments where even the person involved sometimes doesn't have the full grasp of what exactly has happened. We're trying to learn more and more.
And we do know that he is being checked out by medical officials to determine the extent of his injuries, if any. It is possible
Oh, Trump. Yeah. Somebody try to take Donald Trump out for the get out. Crazy. Crazy, yo. God damn, boy, you got some balls, man. You tell you. Got some balls. But what I want to know is, do y'all think this was staged? Was this a setup? Was it staged? That's what I want to know. Do y'all think this was staged? Could this play right here put Donald Trump in the White House? They're comparing this shit to Reagan. They're comparing this to Kennedy. Would Donald Trump do anything possible to get back in the White House? Would he, even risking his own life? Assassination attempt. Crazy. Crazy. Donald. Crazy. Let's see what we can find out. Let's see what's going on. Hold on. See if I can get some more information on this. Shit, you would thought somebody would be trying to take Biden out. Shit, I guess they're like, yo, we don't fuck Biden. We want motherfucking. We want Donald. Yo, I bet you Joe Biden do whatever you could do, man. Take him out. Take him out. Almost do whatever for that power, man. For that power, man. That's drugs addictive. See what's going on, man.
This is an NBC News special report. Here's Jose Diaz-Balart.
Good evening. We are coming on with breaking news. There has been an incident at Donald Trump's Pennsylvania rally. It appears shots have apparently been fired and Donald Trump has been injured. I'm going to pause to let you see the video as it played out.
That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Moving spare. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go. Up. Hawkeye's here.
So here's what we know at this hour. What sounds like shots rang out. The former president grabbed his ear, and as he fell, was immediately surrounded by security behind the podium. And as you can see in these images, he was shortly rushed off the stage. This is an emerging situation. NBC's Dasha Burns is at that Trump rally north of Pittsburgh and joins us now. Dasha, what do we know?
Jose, we're still waiting to confirm a lot of the details here. A lot of question marks still up in the air. Here's what I can tell you from my vantage point, because I was standing right here as Trump first came onto the stage. He was just a few minutes into his speech at this rally. I was in front of a camera, and I was walking off of the press risers here down below to the ground level where all of the general attendants are, as we heard what sounded like gunshots ring out. My producer and I ran to take cover, as did several of the people that are in attendance here, most people ducking down, the press that were behind the risers, press that were at our media tables, ducking down under the tables as we weren't sure what was going on. Our crew who was up on the stage captured some of that video that you showed, the former president getting protected by his Secret Service. They covered him. He looked to have some blood on his face. It looked like his ear was bloody. A lot of chaos and confusion. No one was sure where the gunshots that sounded like gunshots were coming from. The former president, as we know, is now inside the motorcade. He may at this point be off-site. The folks here are now evacuating. A lot of confusion, some anger, people yelling at the press here, not sure what to make of what has just happened. The former president was just standing on the stage. He was talking about immigration under President Biden when all of this erupted into chaos. Again, just moments into his appearance here in Butler, Pennsylvania. So far, we're safe. Our crew is safe. We have not seen anyone injured. We have not heard of anyone injured yet, but certainly unexpected, confusing, and we are still waiting to find out what exactly transpired here, Jose. As we just learned, Joseph, you weren't listening to the program here, but Lester Holt, NBC News, just reporting that one of the attendees has deceased, has died from injuries as a result of the shooting. Joseph, you told me off camera that you may have witnessed this, and I'm so sorry to be talking to you in this tragic moment, but can you describe what it is that you saw?
I was attending the rally. I was in the set of bleachers, the very far left of the podium where Donald Trump was speaking, President Trump was speaking. I was there with friends. I heard several gunshots. The man beside me
in the building
suffered a gunshot wound to the head, was instantly killed, fell to the bottom of the bleachers. Another woman looked like she got hit in the forearm or hand. And then at that point in time, it was rather chaotic at that point because half the people were looking because they thought it was fireworks. I knew it was gunshots right away. My friend, he hit the deck. I was kind of looking around just trying to see where the shots were coming from. It seemed to me like the shots were coming from behind the bleachers. It seemed to me the man got hit in the head from behind. He was killed instantly, as far as I could tell. And at that point, a state police and a SWAT team, started evacuating the bleachers. And then I helped carry the man out of the bleachers to a tent that was behind the bleachers.
You helped carry the man yourself. What was his condition when you were carrying him?
He's deceased. He died.
How close were you to him?
A couple yards. It wasn't very far.
Did you know the man?
No, that's a police ranger. They put a towel over his head and then carried him off.
And you said there was another woman nearby who was also injured. Where was she in relation to him?
I believe she was in the bleachers, like either above me or just to the side of him. But it seemed like she was kind of at my flank, and then she flinched, and it looked like she had taken a gunshot wound to the forearm and hand.
Joseph, from where I was standing, we heard multiple gunshots, 8 to 11 shots. We've been hearing it replayed on the video here. Do you remember, can you tell, I know it was a chaotic scene, but at what point, was it immediately when you heard the gunshots that he was shot, or was it later on into the firing?
The first 7, he was hit and she was hit within the first 7 shots. I counted 7 shots.
What was going through your mind? You were right there. I know it happened so quickly, but what can you tell us about those moments?
First, I was in shock because I know what gunshots sound like, so I knew they were gunshots. I couldn't tell from where they were coming from. And when I noticed someone got hit, then I noticed, well, it seemed like they were coming from behind me, and it just was pandemonium. And then I heard some more shots. And I couldn't quite tell where they were coming from, but I counted the first 7. They were very loud and very close. And it killed one man and wounded another woman.
And Joseph, you told me that you're a doctor, you're an OBGYN. How did that background play into how quickly you were sort of able to assess the situation and know what happened to these individuals and know what was going on?
Well, I told the police, I tried to render assistance. I told the police I could render assistance. They had another physician on the EMT team, so they kind of took over. So they didn't really need me, so I kind of helped carry them down initially out of the bleachers. Yeah, I mean, there wasn't the man that got hit. There was no assistance that needed to be given, and unfortunately, his family witnessed the whole thing. It seemed like he had several family members in the bleacher with him, and they were quite upset. They didn't know. They were in shock. They didn't quite know what's going on, but the man was definitely killed instantaneously.
Could you tell us sort of how many family members or people who knew him were with him, and what was their reaction?
I thought there was 5 people. 2 of them were relatively hysterical. So, but they were, when we took the man out of the bleachers, he went to the tent. There was an aid tent or some type of tent behind the bleachers where they took the body, and they immediately evacuated the family with them. And the 2 out of the 5, it seemed, in shock, hysterical. Like they were still trying to process what was going on.
Joseph, from where I was standing, we heard the shots. We saw the president go down.
Yeah, I saw President Trump get hit.
Yeah. What can you tell us? What details you remember?
It seemed like his head was off to the side, and it seemed like he got nicked in the ear.
Was that before the Secret Service took him down to the ground, covered him?
Right before the Secret Service. I mean, it was maybe, again, it's hard to tell, time dilates when it seemed like it was a second or two. Like that first 7 shots that went off, the man got hit. He was killed almost instantly. The woman in the bleachers, she got injured, like she got hit in the forearm and the hand. And then in those rounds that were fired, again, I was videoing the event, so that's when I saw Trump get hit. And it seemed to me like he was looking to the side and the round grazed his ear. So,
could you tell the gentleman that was hit in the head what angle he was in relation to the former president, like which direction the bullets were coming from and to?
So it looked like he was facing the president at the very far left portion of the bleachers. So he's directly facing it. Again, it seemed to me like the shots were coming from the rear, like behind us. And for me, it seemed like the man was in the way. I guess.
In the way of the former president?
No, it seemed like the man was in the way of the shots between whoever was shooting the gun and the president. The man was hit. It seemed like he was in the crossfire.
Let me get my shoes.
And I know. And I know you're in shock and still processing all of this. It's sort of hard to evaluate our own emotions in this moment, but you just experienced something horrific.
Yes.
What can you tell us about your state of mind right now?
Yeah, I've had opportunities to go to these rallies before. It was the first one I ever went to. I had time off to go do it. I was kind of excited to go, but it's everyone, it's something you don't expect. It comes out of the blue. It's like a bolt out of the blue, and it's shocking. The way politics goes in this country, it just seems like it's really polarized. Everyone's just very angry. I'm honestly shocked this didn't happen earlier. I was commenting to my friend who went to the event with me. I was like, the back behind the bleachers is really open. It seems like a really open venue. And it just, I got this sense that, if someone really wanted to do something, again, I was openly talking to her. And I was like, if something was bad was going to be happen, this is the perfect venue to have. I just said this like an hour before it happened. I was like, this would be the perfect place to do it. And, surprisingly enough, it happened.
A devastatingly prescient observation from you. Let me ask you one more question, because from where I was, there was confusion. Then Trump stood up and there were some cheers. And then people sort of remained, those that weren't in sort of the immediate zone where you were, people were still sort of cheering, talking, trying to figure out what was going on. How quickly did you know that whether or not there was still a dangerous situation? It seemed like people sort of started to try to move on very quickly, not sure what had happened, right? So how soon did you know whether or not it was even safe? Did you want to get out of there? What did you witness in sort of the immediate aftermath once the shots stopped?
Well, it seemed like the shots went off. Everyone thought it was a prank. Everyone, I think, got a sense, like when I looked out into the crowd, I think the initial reaction, everyone thought it was a prank. I knew better it was a gunshot because I just saw a guy got hit. And it did.
For those of us that didn't see, it's some people started laughing, some people were confused. It wasn't immediately clear to the crowd that didn't witness what you witnessed, that this was in fact a dangerous and deadly situation.
Oh, it was a dangerous and deadly situation. The problem is it's a large crowd, and when the gunshots went off, I think they were, again, my sense was they were being shot from behind, so they sounded a bit muffled. So it sounded more like a firecracker going off. So I think the initial reaction from the people around me were like, okay, well, someone brought fireworks. I just knew better. I knew what gunshots sound like. And, when I saw the guy took a gunshot wound to the head, and I saw the woman who got hit in the forearm and the hand, I just knew that it wasn't fireworks. I mean, it wasn't fireworks initially, but I think the majority of the crowd didn't understand that it was gunfire. And, I think people took it really seriously when the SWAT team started jumping over the rails. So I don't know what to tell you outside of that.
Joseph, I know this. I can't imagine what it takes to describe what you just witnessed in these moments, right in the aftermath. So we thank you so much for sharing.
We're happy to.
Lester.
Yeah, Dasha, thank you for that account. I mean, no one should have to, fear for their life going to a political rally, something that is uniquely American.
Aaron was in the front row there near the former president. Aaron, first of all, are you okay? How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I was in the first row. I was directly in front of Trump, my seat. I was looking him in the eye. We heard the pops, maybe 3 minutes into the rally, 3 to 4 minutes. I heard 4 pops, pop, pop, pop. The 4 Secret Service immediately jumped on the stage, and we saw him push President Trump to the ground. Then the gentlemen that have the guns came up to start clear right, clear left. They said, get him up. So they lifted him up, and Trump said, I got to get my shoes on first.
Did his shoes come off?
His shoes must have, we couldn't see it underneath that, but his shoes must have come off when they dropped him down to the ground. First thing he said, we could all hear it. I have to get my shoes on first. And when he stood up, I'm looking at him forward, I see the red teardrop right here of blood, fresh red blood, just a little tear. Then when they got him up and they turned him, I could see the blood from the top of the ear to the bottom. Wasn't gushing, but it was covered. And then he put the fist bump up, stay strong, and they walked him off.
Aaron, what was going through your mind? What did you think when you first heard those sounds?
I thought this would do what you just said. I thought it was fireworks, 4th of July. It's been pop, pop, pop. That's what it sounded like. The gentleman behind me, I was one seat. He was to the right of me. He could see the sharpshooter behind Trump. He said the sharpshooter shot to the left. He killed the gentleman in the water tower here. Now, when I called my husband at home, who's watching TV, he said, I thought Trump hurt his ear when he went to the ground. But he said, no, on TV, they showed before Trump hit the ground, the ear was bleeding. So that sharpshooter went across. Trump turned his head. His ear must have been nipped, and it killed somebody in the stands over to the left.
Could you see anyone injured besides the blood on the former president?
All I saw was the gentleman from Beaver County who spoke earlier in the day. He was running for the state house representative, Elmore. I know his name. He had a white shirt on, and I saw him come from that left stands where the people were mostly shot. I think there was several. They said 3 medevacs left here. Blood was down the right side of his. He wasn't shot, but you could see that he was next to somebody who must have been bleeding profusely, because he either helped them and ran, rubbed against them, or tried to get them help or something. It was covered. So I knew that he was near somebody. That was my first indication that somebody was actually shot, when I saw his blood on his shirt.
Aaron, when did you realize that, hey, this might not be fireworks, this might be something else?
When they got Trump down on the ground. And then we were just so concerned that he wasn't hit, because we couldn't. It happened so fast. It's really hard to process it. I guess if you have it on your camera to see the exact minute, you can tell. But when he got up, he did not look bad at all. He didn't. He looked very strong. So then I saw that little bit. When I saw that blood, I thought, he must have just hurt himself, hopefully. But it does appear that he was probably nicked by that bullet. That
and Aaron
turned his head just in the nick of time, but just.
And Aaron, you were so near to all of this yourself. You were right there. How did you personally feel about your own safety? Were you scared? What was that experience?
I was totally not scared for my own. None of us in that front row went down to the ground. Not a one. We wanted to only help the president. That's all we wanted to do. Either we could protect him, we could stand around him. I didn't see one person in the row hit the ground. Not one. I was shocking. No one was concerned about us. We were only concerned about him.
We were on the press risers. We were in front of the camera as the former president came onto the stage, started speaking. He was speaking, Jose, for maybe 3 to 5 minutes, perhaps even less. He was just starting to talk about the issue of immigration under President Biden. He put some slides up on the screens here. As he was starting to get into that issue, we were getting off the press risers here. I'll just tell you from my personal experience, because we were in the middle of all of this as this all transpired. We were getting off of the press riser, getting to the ground level where all of the attendees are on the grass here at this venue. We heard at first what I thought might have been fireworks. I even saw a little bit of smoke. Wasn't sure what was going on. My producer, Bianca, and I then realized this might be something more serious. We then got ourselves behind a barricade for safety, trying to make sure that our colleagues and our peers around us were safe. Everyone ducked down. As you see in that video, the former president ducked down. Secret Service came and protected him. People in the audience here, those who were attending, initial confusion, shock. Again, when you first hear those shots, you really do think this might be fireworks, just because this is not something that you are expecting when you're at an event like this. We get down on the ground, we hear those continued pop, 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 pops. They kept going. It felt like for a long time for those of us who were here on site. But as you said, listening to it back, it was about 8 to 11 or so of those popping sounds.
No, for that. You heard it. Somebody tried to take out the former president, Donald Trump. Was successful. Guess they're going to call this a assassination attempt. You heard it. Some people said 7 to 8 shots. So I don't know. I heard it was 3 dead bodies, so we don't know. But you see it here for yourself. As I say again, this is the channel to come to. We break the news. That's what we do. We everywhere in the field. I told you, wherever the news is popping at, believe me, we're pulling up to it and we're going to drop it. We're going to break it down, repackage it up, and ship it out accordingly. So as I say again, make sure you hit the notification button. Make sure you smash the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. And make sure you put a pin in the comments. Let me know, was it staged? Was this staged by Donald Trump and the Trump campaign? Should Joe Biden be worried now? Joe Biden is probably looking at the polls right now. This could be the rally cry that Trump needs now to surpass Joe Biden. Or did Joe Biden do this? Did Joe Biden put this? I'm saying, or did Trump do this? We need answers. We need answers. Say before again, we're covering the elections. We're covering the candidates. We're everywhere. S.L.R. Media TV. We're everywhere, all over the landscape. So get your news source from us. As I say again, any breaking news that comes in about this, you know we're gonna go live with it. You know I got to show the world what's going on. We invested in this. I said it before, I said it again. I'm the voice of the voiceless. So a voice like me is needed. And I am here to deliver it in every way. Could Joe Biden be next? Who knows? Could it be revenge, retaliation? You could probably cancel the second debate. That's probably over and done with. Trump probably don't even need a debate for this one. So, as I say again, Donald Trump escaped with his life. There was assassination attempt, allegedly, accordingly. You know, we just put the news out there for everybody else to judge it and break it down for their own self. And they carry their own reason out about it. I'm just a media personality guy that breaks the news. So, as I say again, Donald Trump is still alive. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be popular for the next 2 days on YouTube, popular on TikTok, Facebook, X. So you're winning, Trump. You got what you wanted. You needed that extra boost. You made it, got that rocket patch you needed. So, I say again, man. I don't know what to say. I don't listen. I don't know the shit was staged or not. I don't even fucking know. Who fucking knows at this point? Who knows? I don't even know. So, maybe if Trump would have been unalive, there'd have been, conspiracy theories. But, as I say, former president attempted assassination attempt. They said they killed the shooter. So, hey, there you go. So make sure y'all tap in, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification. Like, subscribe, share, comment to my YouTube channel. You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. Let's get 100, 200 likes on this video. Turn me up.